Hello everyone, welcome to this video. I am Sonali Deuri and in this video we are going to learn about what is non-formal education and its future. But before starting our video, let's look into this quotation which was given by John Dewey. That is, education is not preparation for life, education is life itself. Then contents. What is education? Formal, informal and non-formal education. Then we will briefly discuss about non-formal education and after that features of non-formal education. What is education? The word education is derived from Latin verb educatum and educare. Educatum means the act of teaching or training and educare means to bring up or to raise. It nourishes the good quality in man and always draws out the best in man. Education helps to develop the inner capacity of man. It is necessary for the survival of the society. Education has been classified into three types, that is formal education, informal education and non-formal education. In 1973, Philip Prosser and Ahmed established definition of formal, informal and non-formal education. According to them, formal education has a hierarchical structure organized in chronological order within the education system. It starts in primary school and ends in university. Moreover, it includes programs or courses dedicated to technical and professional education. Informal education is the vital process whereby every individual acquires attitude, value, skill, and knowledge. These are gained through daily experiences and from influences or resources in your surroundings, whether it's from your family and friends or from the media. Non-formal education is all organized education activity that outside the formally established system. It can work separately or within a larger activity, according to the participants or learning goals. Now we will discuss about what is non-formal education. Non-formal education is the education activity organized outside the formal system of education. It is simple and flexible and can be delivered at any place convenient to the learners. It is generally designed to meet the basic learning needs of disadvantaged group and can be availed of at any age. It isn't a replacement to formal education, which is key and fundamental to the growth of the person. However, it can complement it by covering needs or certain aspects that the regulated institution lack. Now, question will arise is how it is flexible. Non-formal education is open to any age, origin and personal interest. Moreover, it is relatively voluntary type of education with diverse teaching methods and its goal isn't a degree but rather pure learning. What are the features of non-formal education? We all know traditionally formal education takes place in a school or university. But in non-formal education, it takes place outside the school organization or school system. Non-formal education covers rather two different realities. On one hand, education activity taking part outside the formal education system. For example, a lecture on social rights organized by a trade union, and on the other hand, the experience acquired while exerting responsibility in a voluntary organization. For example, being a member of the board of an environment protection NGO. Like formal education, it is also well planned. Non-formal education is for all age group that it caters to person of all ages. It is not expensive, therefore everyone can afford it and fees may not always be paid. We all know that uh, there are many courses available online which are absolutely free of cost and we can pursue those courses. So online courses are also an example of non-formal education. And if we compare formal education with non-formal education, we can see that formal education are more expensive than non-formal education. Like if we want to pursue a course through formal education, then we have to pay 50, 60, 70, 80,000 per year to pursue that course. But if we pursue that course through non-formal education, then we only have to pay 5,000 or maybe less than that to complete that course per year. And curriculum is also flexible. There is no fixed format for admission and evaluation. It adapts itself to suit the needs and skills of learners' ability. Time to complete might be flexible. We all know that in formal education, time to complete a course is fixed, but in non-formal education, it is flexible. For example, if we want to pursue Bachelor of Science through formal education, it will take 3 years, but through non-formal education, it we can take more than that, like we can take 4 or 5 years to complete that course. Certificates awards may or may not be awarded at the end of learning. It is voluntary mode of education. The student has the choice to take up what interests him. They are free to learn everything they want in non-formal education. Courses may be full-time or part-time. Movement from work to learning and learning to work is also possible. Like if they are working, they just have concentrate on their jobs without worrying about study. They are free to go or not to go study whenever they want. Thus, we can say that time scale for non-formal education is more pleasure than formal education. It is employee oriented and work based. It mainly focuses on imparting vocational training to the student and is generally linked to vocational and functional literacy. Emphasis is on self-learning. At last, conclusion. To sum up, we can say that non-formal education is important in today's life, especially in this modern world. Student needs to acquire formal education because it is necessary for them to get jobs after they graduate, as most employees nowadays prefer workers that have certificates from registered institution. However, non-formal education also important as it provides training and professional courses to help people learn certain skills such as painting, carving, farming, cooking and repair vehicles. It is not a problem to a formal education student to get non-formal education after they complete their formal study. By getting non-formal education, student will be a better person as they do not only get knowledge from formal education but they also learn skills that can help them a lot in their future. Thank you so much for listening to this video.